Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Harrison Explained, and today we are going to try a question of neurology. A 19-year-old man who is a first-year college student presents to the emergency with a headache. The headache started gradually over 24 hours and has increased in severity. Prior to headache, he had been unwell for a day, which is non-specific. He also has neck stiffness and photophobia. He lives in the hostel and two other students have been taken ill with similar symptoms. The pulse rate is increased. The BP is normal. Temperature indicates fever. Fundoscopy, for those who don't know, is the examination of eye, so that is normal too. No focal signs means no abnormalities have been seen. Okay, so this seems to be a case of meningitis, evident from the neck stiffness and photophobia. Another hint is the fever, and headache obviously also points towards meningitis. As lumbar puncture is the first investigation for meningitis, that will be the answer. As you can see, this was a pretty easy question, but the reason I found this question interesting are the hints that they have given. First, that he is living in the hostel, and meningitis is associated with hostel students and generally infects more than one student, which is another hint. Now, I am a firm believer that in any MCQ exam, it is important to know the answer, but we should also know why the other options are not correct. So we are going to exclude these options one by one. This should help in developing one's concepts. Psychiatric exam is done if other investigations are inconclusive. So it cannot be the first line investigation, and it is done if the headache persists. So psychiatric exam is excluded. EEG is done for diagnosing seizures. We discussed this in the seizure video. A typical spike and wave pattern is seen. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out above. ESR is raised in temporal or giant cell arteritis, and we get signs and symptoms like a dull headache, scalp tenderness, etc. This was also discussed in the headache video. Check it out if you haven't yet. CT head is an interesting option and one of the main reasons I wanted to share this question with you. CT head would have been the first line of investigation had there been focal signs on the neurological exam, as an abnormal neurological exam may be due to a raised intracranial pressure and LP is contraindicated in that case. So if the neurologic exam was abnormal, CT head would have been the answer to this question. If a patient presents with headache, photophobia and neck rigidity, it will be taken as meningitis until proven otherwise. We won't wait for a confirmatory diagnosis and we will start empirical therapy as soon as possible.